Okay, hello everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. Hi chats. Hello Hifty. Hi Cry. How's it going? And hello to all the other lurkers who may be here. Okay. Oh, I need to turn this off. Okay. Nice. Let's see. Can everybody hear me okay? Say something in chat if you can, please, just so that I know. Okay, awesome. We can hear you. Nice. I don't know how my internet is doing today, so there may be a little bit of a delay. If that's the case, I will just reply to your chats a bit slow, but that should be okay. So yeah, as shown in my latest post in progress updates, kind of the current step with development is the various pet builds from Advent of Ascensions. As I open up the word, I'll talk a little bit about them in detail, but the idea it's a mechanic from Advent of Ascension that I think most players end up ignoring, but I think it's cool. It has cool themes. It plays into the RPG aesthetics. So I'm kind of going in and shuffling the numbers inside the mod a little bit to try and make them to make the pet summoning mechanic actually worth it in a pack with the mob balancing that is Meatballcraft. So just giving a second. Okay, yeah, these guys are very loud. So let me get the music tweaked a little bit, possibly. Okay. Yeah, I'm okay with this. All right. So yeah, for those who may not know, uh, you can make slabs from Advent of Ascension that you craft in the infusion table, and you can use them to summon various mobs. I did a bit of a code dive yesterday during my lunch break at work, and I was able to figure out how to change their stats with some mixing. So I started off first with this guy, the Mecha Scallox, which is the highest level because the summoning slabs are tied to the creation skill. So that's where in general, I would probably try to keep the high level ones gated later in progression and the lower level ones as part of regular progression. So the first one I reworked kind of as a test to see what I could do was for the Mecha Scallox. So I changed its recipe, so it's gated by infinity in chapter 9. And in addition to having a requirement for being used, it also a requirement for being crafted. At the moment, and these are somewhat temporary, I will need to play a little bit more with the numbers, but this guy has 1,000,000 HP, and it deals 10,000 damage. Oh, not sure if we can hear Minecraft audio. Oh, well, let me see. It may just be annoying for you guys, but let me see if it's easy to add the audio for it. Okay, I'm just increasing a little bit the decibel from my desktop capture. And if you can't hear it, that should be okay. I'll eventually figure out how to set up a well-equalized stream. Let's be honest, it's probably not going to be today. So let's get back here. Yeah, so I think something that I can sort of start with is, I guess before I get into doing a bit more rebalancing, which I think would be one of the main focuses of this stream, is to focus a bit on in-game documentation and systems. So the way the skill that's tied to the summoning mechanics is creation for the most part. So essentially the way you level up the skill is you right click a slap of a given mob on the creation forge and you get experience. So I think the place where I want to start is probably to set the various tooltips for this. So the thing I need to do now is to change view, and I believe I need to do this. Let me check my OBS. Yes, now you should be able to see both my VS Code and Meatball Crafting split screen. Perfect. So I usually mouse over the various items in game to refer to their IDs, and as I write them in the script files. So let's start with some tooltips. Okay, so the general format, this is the template I have for the new format of tooltips that's slowly being added to the pack. So you hopefully see in the next updates a lot of tooltips being revamped according to this format. So let's see. I don't think we care about how they're obtained. We do care about how to use them. So here we go. Let's start with the penguin slab. Okay. So just plop in the item ID, and now we can add the text for it. I think just say right click on a block to summon a friendly okay, summon a pet. It will help you in combat. I guess we may leave a space for the mob stats as well, because it could be cool to have them in the tooltip. So I can just do something like this, so that people know. Penguin, this one, since it uses regular stats. Let me see, let me summon one. Yeah, this should have 100 HP and 10 damage. So HP, 10 damage. And then for the other section, let's do maybe something like this, a little bit of extra indent. Okay, Cry asks, what VS Code extension are you using for ZS highlights? Let me check the name of it. ZenScript Explorer, I think it's called. Is there a way to check my list of extension? Show running extensions. No. Okay. Yeah, I believe it's called. Oh, I can just Zen script. Oh, I guess that's the one I have. Yeah, that shows for as installed. It's just the default Zen script extension. Okay. Nice. All right, back to here. Let me see. And yeah, right click creation forge to level up to gain this should be 9 creation XP. Perfect. And then are there any tips? Not quite. Not quite. There is a warning, which is a bit unfortunate. That there is the Advent of Ascension has a built-in cap on the amount of pets that you can summon that are bound to the same player. Technically it's 10, but they don't always... the counter sometimes bugs out, so I should probably include a mention about that. Actually, let me change one quick thing. Okay. Can you still hear me? Okay, I changed one of my audio outputs. I want to try something. But I'm not sure if you guys can hear me still. In the meantime, so... let's make it a note instead, since it's a bit lengthier. Nice. Okay, perfect. Nice. Nobody said anything in chat, so I hope that you can actually still hear me. I guess we'll see. So now I can just keep going, I guess. Drag it, that's the other level 1. Do I want to buff this guy? Probably not. Oh, okay, Crisis can hear you fine, perfect. Awesome. Do I want to buff this guy? Nah, I think I'm okay with Draggy being the default stats. Okay, and how many levels will it give me when I use it? So that I know, where is my creation forge? Here. This gives me 20. Oh, okay, so it's a good, it's a fair bit better than the penguin, which makes sense. Nice. So this is called Draggy Slab. Actually, give me a quick sec. I'm going to. Seems like with OBS open, my computer is getting a little hot, so I'm going to change my fan settings just to make sure I still have okay performance. I hope the fan noise is not going to catch on my mic, but if so, I will change that. Okay, no. What is my custom profile? Okay. All right. Perfect. Fans are a little loud, so let me know if they show up in my mic. Seems like they may. Okay. Guess we'll see. If you haven't figured it out, I am definitely not a professional at this. Okay. So now on to the next mob. Let's see. We have the comp here, which is vanilla level. Requires level 10. Oh wait, I didn't change the number here. It's 20. And you cannot see this now in this window view, but I also have the advent of Ascension source code open. And I'll show it later with another view, but I feel like having 3 windows on the same screen may make things busy. Cry says fans are kind of loud, OBS has no suppression somewhere. Okay, let me see. Time, bring this down. Sources. Volume and height, rename filters. Okay. Audio filters. How do I add? Okay, noise suppression. Okay. Oh, it warns that it does have a fair bit of CPU usage. Let's see. Let's try 45 decibel. Let me try bringing up the fans again and see how the noise level is. Let's see. Okay, fans are speeding up. Okay, let me know if this is better. At least in my OBS GUI, they don't show as much, but you may still hear them. Okay. Let's get back here. Okay, so where was I? Advent of Ascension source code. Nope, can't hear them anymore. Awesome, okay. Good job, suppression, good job. Okay. Vaggy is the mob I want to check. 100 HP, 10 damage, perfect. Yes, the same as the penguin, so we can go to the next mob, which is the comp here. What do you look like? Oh, that's a derpy little guy. Like a pig something. It's kind of cool. Do I want to buff it? That's the question. Okay. It's level 10 early game. Let's see. Because yeah, most of these guys have like vanilla ingredients, so I think it's gonna be okay to shuffle some things around. So it sort of looks like an undead. So where can I make it shine? Oh, it could be cool to have it be dropped by Maybe some of the fish on that rising mobs. Let's see. Give you a bit of a reason to fight some of these mobs early on. Okay. Or possibly some nether stuff as well. Let's see. Let's see that. Oh yeah, I have some OP guys now, so every mob I summon is just going to be absolutely annihilated. Nice. Okay, I guess for the time being, we'll wipe you out because I need to check some drops and stuff. To see. I don't think I broke two tips for these hatred shards. Yeah. Oh wait, now it shows up in the. Okay, I guess there was a recent update to Fish Undead Rising, and I guess they finally added just enough resources compatibility. Because you weren't able to see these. Okay. Oh, this is nice. Okay. Let's go. So yeah, we can use... Alright. Synapses are firing. I think I know what I want to do to this little piggy mob, which is called the compere. Okay. So... Where is my script for Advent of Ascension Gating? It was never documented anywhere. As I was digging through the Advent of Ascension code, I found out that it actually has some craft breaker compatibility. So you can indeed add infusion table recipes, which is quite nice, quite nice. Okay. So the thing we're changing is the compere slab. Let's change it here. Slab. Let's see, what are the default ingredients? Leather and bone. And that rising doesn't type of leather, right? Or am I confusing it with something else? What's it called? Oh, plague tide. Okay. Yeah, now it shows. Look at that. Nice. Feeling more lava people hide. I like this. Pig boar hide. It's both a pig and a boar. The item IDs for Undead Rising are very funny. If you want to go through those are pretty goofy. And then I think I want to use. Yeah, I'm okay with this hatred shard. Nice. Okay. And definitely, do we want to give it a level requirement? I guess I could make it as like a side quest that's actually quite powerful. It's still like, let's say, level 5 infusion and level 10 creation to be used. I guess I'm okay with this. What's the infusion level up process actually? That's the Pixel one, right? Yeah, that's the Pixel one. Do I want to make you level up some pixels? You know what? Let's just do 2. Just so that you do the bare minimum there, okay. Now, indeed, for the next step, I do need to change view, and I need to bring in the Advent of Ascension source. Okay, so Let me see. Can I just bug you? Yes, I can. Awesome. So I do just this code and I make it full screen. Awesome. Here we go. Okay, so now I have this view. Oh, it's still going to show me the meatball craft. Okay. I think I'm still okay with this. I can just close it. Go here. Open the source code from this side. And source entity is entity compare. Here we go. We open it? Yes. Awesome. Perfect. So what are the default stats in the compare? So I have tips here. Change it. And then we figure out all the beautiful stuff. So get base max health. Oh, it's a weak guy. Okay, so we can buff it a fair bit. I would say. Okay. So we can get into the mixing script, which is here, slap the pet buffs. So I can copy this free class by, let me do a check with the boss. Yeah, I do need to include the mixing header twice. So we paste it here. And now, instead of changing the mecha scallops, we change entity compare. So mix in entity here, and we do two things. We change the maximum health, which I believe it's a double, yeah, even though it's not initialized here, because Advent of Ascension code was written in a bit of a goofy way. So essentially what I'm doing for the people that don't know mixins is I can kind of find a piece of code in a mod and edit it externally. So it would search for a given function, for a given method. So in this case is get base max health, which is here. And then inside of this bracket, search for the number 20 and then change it to the number that I personally want. So it would be HP compare. And I can add the edited number here. So base, let's start at 200 and see if I want to change it later on. And damage now, base damage is 5. So again, I searched to get base melee damage, which is here. I look for the number that it's by default, and then I write a little function to change it to a separate number. And I set it. This is just for convenience, just a separate file where I have all my numbers, so that I can change it as if it was a config file. And we did it. Let's see. This is technically doable in chapter 1. So no mobs will naturally spawn with armor. And like, let's say something like a zombie would have 20 HP by default. So probably give it 20 damage. Maybe a little more, because like, I guess it takes a bit of effort. Let's do 25 and I'll think about it. So this is almost guaranteed to one-shot mobs. And I think I'm probably okay with it, since it's kind of a new damage build. A lot of people are probably going to ignore it. So I guess you're probably going to have a bunch of them. So let's do 20 for now. Let's do 20 for now. 200 HP, I think I'm okay with that. And also keep in mind, the initial part of this revamp, as I said in my progress update, is to just kind of reshuffle the numbers and change the stats. The second half is going to be to make some new items, probably through master spells, that can add buffs to these mobs on top of their default stats. So that you can kind of live out a little bit more the summoner fantasy, where you also do some spells to buff your little guys. Try says use obscure build and get rewarded for it. Yeah, pretty much. That's kind of what I like to do. Until, of course, the obscure build becomes the meta, and then stuff, unfortunately, needs to be reshuffled. So I'll see. 220, I think, is a good starting point. So now I can get into the tooltip and include the stats. HP and 20 damage. Okay. No. You should be 10 and you should be 20. Okay, let me get back to Meatballcraft. Okay, and we can test how much XP it is. I don't think I want to change these numbers for the base XP levels. So what I do want to do... Well, I guess I still need to level it, okay. Slash... skill... P... creation... Oh, add XP. I thought I knew the formatting for this. Turns out I do not. There we go. Okay, so now I'm high level, so it shows. Okay, this gives 40 levels. So I can add that to the tooltip. Perfect. Okay. So now we can go to the next guy, which is back to MBC. Is Waggy. These guys have all upgrades of themselves. Okay, water runes. This is not available chapter 1. Okay, so this technically would chapter 1, chapter 2, depending on how you consider Corallus, because technically you can fight it very early on. I believe that would be the earliest way. Oh, the Undead Troll technically drops the water runes as well. But yeah, for most players, this is going to be gated by Corallus, and it requires level 15. So that may be a little bit of a grind to get. Let's see, what are the default stats for this Goober? Okay, 110. I guess, yeah, lots of jumping back and forth between MBC and VS Code. Okay, so now we need to open up Waggy. W. Well, here you are. Here. Okay. So you do 10 damage, but have a bit more HP. I think this can be a little bit of a tank build. So keep the damage the same as the other rabbits. Just make it a bit more beefy. So we can take some HP, and then maybe we can make a custom spell item that gives it either more HP or regeneration, or some Twilight Forest shields, something like that. On top of it, and this can be the tank. Okay, that's the case. Okay, get into the mixing script. Entity here. Okay. So now we basically just rinse and repeat these scripts that dig into the code, find the numbers, change the numbers, and we get a new mob. So your entity Y. This one. So we get base max health. No. And then one swap. Yeah. And since we already have the function for it, I'm going to give it half HP extra damage just because it's funny. Alright. Here. HP Laggy. And we make it 150, 300 to get a skill to level 15. Yeah, there's not gonna be a lot of mobs that do much more than that. Realistically, this is chapter 2. So mobs may have Bloodmaster armor, depending on what you rush for. So, and how much damage does an Ender Sword do? It's base 16 damage, so let's say we make this guy fight a zombie, 1v1, 16 damage. So it would be 6 hits, 6 by 3, 18 hits. Yeah, I think it should be okay. I'm okay with 300 here. And the damage is just going to be 10.5. Okay. So back to, okay, if that's the case, yeah. Yeah, I'm okay with this. One bit. So you make 300 HP and deal 10.5 damage. Then I will check how much HP, how much XP you give. Perfect. So back to MBC. I give gives 50. Oh wow, okay. Yeah, I think I will need to add almost for sure some custom items that give more XP. Because the curve here as for most base advent of ascension numbers, the curve is not particularly great. And I don't want you to rely on skill crystal spam, because I don't think that's necessarily fun as a way to do things. Okay. So after Waggy, who do we have? We have Spikeback. This one, oh, okay, this one is late in progression. Oh, never mind. Okay, I was thinking of a different mob. This one is still Overworld. Do I want it to still be Overworld? Let's see. What does this guy look like? Oh, that's okay. That's a goofy little guy. But I think it could be a late game pet or mid game pet. Let's see. Because with the default numbers, like basically all of the base recipes are, the vast majority of the base recipes are gated solely by the overworld. So for sure I need to change a few more of these. Okay, so let me just take a quick look at the statics of the various dimensions and see if this guy would fit neatly anywhere. Just to remind myself. Okay, not quite a prehistoric creature. Baratos, actually. We could fit one there. Let's see. Let's go there and see. Mission IDs. Baratos is 802. Okay. Because then we can make it kind of as a powerful add for mid-game progression. Yeah, actually this works. This works quite well. I could see you summoning this from some Baratos ingredients. Okay, so you are Spikeback, so let me search you. Entity Spikeback. Okay. Get the screen VS code. Over here. Okay. So I'm going to change your recipe. Put something so you're making it faster. You can take it out. So go here because I want to check you later. Okay, perfect. So Spikeback. Noticing good Baratos items. Actually, let me get back to MBC on the stream as well. What do the mobs around here? Oh, well. Just give it a try, analyze some guys, get ideas on what the tops are. Oh yeah, okay, because yeah, you have the Hive King here. I guess the question is, okay, do we want it to be a fully OP pet, or just something that's nice, it's mid-tier, and not much better than that. Oh, it got absolutely murked by the authorities. Nice. Let's see. Because it could be Yeah, yeah. Okay, I'm making up my mind. All right. Yeah, it can be a S tier, great tier weapon build for chapter 4. So here we can use Barthosinium, because that's the Barthos puzzle. And then maybe a drop from the Hive Queen or Hive King. Yeah, Hive King. Let's see. Do the Hive King Eternal. This. With this. Ooh, does Pyrothos have any Pixons spawning there? Since now I can also technically upgrade him based on infusion skill. Let's see, just by roaming around a little bit, I don't think there are any Pixons here, so I think I'm okay with just keeping the low infusion level, yeah. That sounds good. So yeah, level 2, just so that you're aware that you need to use the actual other skill. And I think I'm okay with these ingredients. Oh, I need to change the registry name. So here, just to become clear, before I get errors for conflicting recipe IDs. Okay. Awesome. So now what stats do we give this guy? I guess we can see. So let's say for regular mobs, it's like high hundreds to low thousands. So let's say if realistically you want to use it, at least 1000 HP and maybe 50 damage, give or take. Even then, though, if it's Paratosinium, it can be more than that. So it's a little bit of effort to get. It's not a lot of effort, but 100 damage. Let's see. What's a good base sword damage that you can get in chapter 4? It's like the best one has 100. It's enchantable. The enchanting probably still scales higher than having multiple summoned pets. So I think I'd be okay with. Oh wow, okay. I basically gave it the exact same recipe here. I guess Baratos may be the. Oh, actually, no, yeah. Now that I added the Great Blades, there's other dimensions that give goodies in chapter 4. So I think I'm okay with the same ingredients making for 3 great deals, because this one is also gathered by Barthosinium. Still, I think the thematic side here makes sense. And in lore, Baratos is supposed to be the dimension of warriors, so I'm okay with this. Okay, drink a bit of water and get back to VS Code, where we can change the stats for this little guy. Slab pet buff. Right. Right. entity spike back. That is the script name. Max health is 60. Back. Yes. What is the base damage? 23. Yeah, you can be absolutely higher. So now we can change the stats in the config file. HP 650. 400 damage. Tooltip. 50. How much is the beginning of that? Track 120. Awesome. Perfect. Next node, we have our runner horde, which I would assume is fairly similar to the runner head. Nope, absolutely not. Assume that requirements 27. Okay, so that's really high-ish. And maybe you can also become a mid-game option. Let's see. Words. Really, actually, let's see. What's the place where you would fit aesthetically? You goofy little piglets. Baratos yet again, but no, there's really too much Baratos stuff. You could go on Homia. This could be fun. What's the Homia puzzle? Let me check. Yeah, okay. Because you have the Demon Stone. This could be fun. This could be very fun. Yeah, I like that. More stuff to do in chapter 3 places. Okay, that is good. And here we go. Box again. Drummer horn. Okay. Or drummer horn. Gating. And then workshops. Different recipes uses workshops. Yeah, I think I'm including those. Not just workshop. Yeah. Okay. It's a pig with horns. So aesthetically, it's probably a good bet. Damage over HP. So let's see, entity drummer horn. That's the file name. Nice. Base HP 210. Okay, so it's already fairly high. And so for chapter 3 you don't do a lot of fighting, so most likely we come into play in the mythic shells. This is late chapter 3. Okay. So probably something that's a bit overpowered for chapter 3, since most likely we will use it later on in progression. That sounds good. It's the base attack. 11, yeah, this needs to be higher, absolutely. Let's config HP, let's say 400. And then damage, 50, 55, something in that range. Because that's more or less what a mid early chapter 4 support would review. So 55. So 455 for the tooltip. So that all the stats are there. What is XP contribution? 200, okay. Not particularly good, but we document it and we fill in the blanks. Okay. But, yeah, I can do a few more of these. Okay. Spraggy. Yet another rabbit upgrade. Poison runes. See heaven, Mysterium, Vox spawns. Okay, so this is chapter 5. This is by, if you go by default recipe, low to medium tier chapter 5 recipe, which I think I'm okay with. So, back to VS Code. For this one, I don't change the recipe, I just change the stats. What's this rabbit's name again? Spraggy. So that's the file I want to open. Spraggy. Here we go. Nice. Here, entity Spraggy. Let's see, entity Spraggy. Max health is 130. Yeah, you definitely need to be buffed. Chapter 5, this is abysmal. Base damage is 10. Okay. So it seems like all these guys, all the rabbits, scale using default numbers, scale in HP, but not in damage. So I can probably keep this trend going and just make them tanks. Could be fun, could be fun. Just to check, okay. Yeah. 130, 10. Perfect. So at least 1,000, probably more. Let's go real quick into some chapter 5 dimensions to get an idea on the mob stats around there. Let's see if I recall. 801 is Mysterium? No, that's the Ancient Cavern. Never mind. Now that I knew it, I what's the before Mysterium? 870. Completely wrong. Okay. Let's okay, there's pixels there. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Where the mushrooms are. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, those are already over 1,000. If we want to make it a tank, at least 2k, realistically. Yeah, they are armored, like they, yeah, okay. Good to know, good to know. So, back to the code. And, okay. So, Spraggy, let's do 2,000, but very low damage. So like here, very low would be like 40, 45, 50. Like good but not great. Maybe 50, 50. Okay. Now add that to the tooltip. Spray. Noise. This 3000 and 50 damage. Very nice. And I can check how much XP it gives. It's 200, okay. Very low, but that's okay. Next guy, Plateosaur. Yeah, you can be default recipe and the it's level 33 creation, so I can be. It's gonna take a bit of effort to get it. Not a ton, but at least a bit of it. So. We'll go. Yeah, I think this is okay. Yeah, keep default recipe, just give it a bit of a stats increase. And while I have the how much XP can give? 250, okay. So, for the people eventually possibly watching this, yeah, a lot of the dev work in the behind the scenes is just kind of tedious work, where it's kind of a relatively simple task most of the case, most of the time, where the difficulty of it is basically just putting in the time to actually do it. So I guess the live stream can be a bit of a way to to make the whole process of doing all these stat changes a bit more entertaining, at least for myself. Okay, and how is the name here? Plateosaur. So P and TT Plateosaur, there we go. By default, you have 320 HP. Oh, I actually need to change the names here. Plateosaur. This is not playing well with my pronunciation and my reading. So I hope I spelled it correctly. Okay, and how much damage do you do? Oh, nothing. Okay, so you by default are supposed to be a tank, which makes sense. So you can be a chapter 4 tank build. I am very much okay with this. Okay, HP Plateosaur, perfect. Here we go. So you can have what, 100 HP, 1100, yeah, 100. So this is going to be on the high-ish side. And then I just keep your damage extremely low, so you're just kind of a meat shield. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah, 20, 30. So it's still chapter 4, so even 30 is not a lot for the mobs there. Okay. Tips. 100, and does 30 damage, and does 150 XP. Perfect. So nice. Back to Meatball instance. Okay, Hell Queen. This is level 45, so it's high. Okay, this one I think I want to keep as an early game drop and just make it an OP build for the people that are actually willing to grind 45 creation levels in chapter 1, because it's funny. So, how overpowered do we want this penguin to be? Default recipe or different recipe as well? I think it's default recipe, just keep the gating on requiring to level up a lot and give you maybe chapter 4 stats. A good chapter 4 stats, yeah. I think I'm okay with this. Which means good chapter 4 stats would be like 600 HP. More like 300-400 HP and good, yeah, 500 HP, 60-70 damage, something like that. Okay, our queen. Here we go. Pretty very weird. Nice. Awesome. And we get here. Change the character. Let's see how queen. The HP is 500. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. And the damage. The damage. Let's see, 100 is at the top end. Let's do 60. So this is average. Yes, medium. It's average among the medium builds. Extremely good if you do it in chapter 1 or 2 after grinding a bunch. And it's also an easy recipe. Okay. Nice. So let's get to adding a tooltip for it, so players know what the stats are. Okay. Longer than 60 damage. Okay, let's get back to info. Okay, how much XP do we need when we use you? 500. Okay, that's a good number. I still definitely need to add buffs for for this skill. Okay. Ba-ba-ba. How many have I done and how many do I need to do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I'm about halfway done. I want to make sure I don't gate too many in the early game, since otherwise it's just, you know, early game meta, let's be honest, has already been kind of dominated by other things. So it's probably good to add some more variation. Okay. Let's see. Let's look for one that's going to be later on in progression. Corby for sure. While I think about it, let me add the quests for these guys so that I don't forget. Move some stuffs around. So let's see. So how many? These are chapter 1. You're chapter 1. You're chapter 1. You are not. Oh no, yes, you are. You are. Oh yeah, I want to see the better recipe after. I'll love the quests later. After I reload the pack. Okay, let's continue. Craggy. New rabbits. You're 400 levels, okay. You're crafted with a 5-in. Yeah, I think I want to make you chapter. Let's see. Oh, okay, so they're not consecutive tiers of each other, but I think they should be. So let's see, Spraggy is chapter 5. So Craggy can be chapter 6, realistically, okay. Are lunar runes exclusive to chapter 6? Wait, is there a way to get runes in other ways? The rune box. Oh, Yeah, okay. This one may complicate things. I think I'm still okay with it, yeah, because if I eventually want to revamp the stuffs, a room box is going to be actually quite useful to replenish resources for players, but that means that also this rabbit needs to get a separate recipe if I want it to actually be chapter 5, which I do. So what are other drops by Voxulon that are exclusive to him? I can use the Voxulon slime, that's easy. Okay. This sounds like a good idea, so I'll go back here and actually change that recipe. Oh, maybe not that anyway. Okay. So what's the name of the Spraggy? Okay. This is an EMC item, so let's see, create for the individual one. Spraggy. What is the default recipe use? Draggy and a poison rune, but I want to use Baggy instead. the slab, and here computer, what's on this line? We don't require any levels. Okay, perfect. So that's one. And now we need to change the recipe for the other rabbit as well, which is craggy. So you're going to be chapter 6. Preferably Lunalus because it's a purple rabbits. Oh, actually it's red, never mind. Now you are... which is a level up of the previous one. Okay. And what drop do I use? That is a great question. Let's see, it could be Lunalus, it could be Lunalor, it could be Alborian. In what environment do I see red bandits? Oh, it's very red, holy crap, okay. It's a very red bandits. Let's see, Lunalus is probably the one that has the least power type to it. Let me check. So chapter 6 weapons. This is Runander, this is Runander, this is Lindenworm. Oh, true, I could also use the custom dimensions as well. This is Alborian, this is Alborian, this is Alborian. So yeah, Lunalus definitely needs some love, okay. I guess I'm making up my mind. What is a puzzle in Lunalus that can gate a powerful tanky rabbits? Is you have the bound lunar gem. This could be a gating item, it could be the lunar star. Is there something that's red? Just so that it at least makes a little bit of sense. Let's see. What's the dimensional ID for Lunalus? 816. Okay. Something from Lunalus that's red. That could make for a fun gating item. What does Visual draw? Yeah, nothing too red, but we can get creative with it, possibly. Yeah, otherwise we go for the Lunar Star puzzle, which could also be fun, yeah. Both are a valid option for gating. And I think I can go Lunar Star. Yeah. This sounds like a good idea. Okay. Back to coding. So here, Lunar Star. Perfect. And now we change this guy's stats. This is Craggy. CCC, Craggy. You're done. No, okay, did an oopsie. And to value here, perfect. So buff the pets. And we can clean up this bit. Modify so then. Oh wait, okay. Oh, there is a mistake. We should have 10 here. 120. Okay. Lattice or fairly clean. Now we move on to fan. Increase these guys. Okay. Change the file name, change the function name, change the variable name. Nice, so by default it has 180. You can get much higher than that, and by default it's 10. You can get insanely higher than that, okay. So let's see, let me have the right file name, right function names, HP damage, and now I need to set the variables. HP and for damage. Let's see. HP, you're gonna be a tank in chapter 6. So that means at least 5k. And damage can be fairly low. Yeah, I'm okay with 60. Keep it as is. Go for, yeah, for the custom boss fights, you definitely want higher numbers, but there are other pets that can be used for that anyway. 100, so that it's just not absolutely useless. Okay. How does it compare to chapter 6 weapons? What's like average? So damage is like 150. So I can get even a bit higher than that. So yeah, 150 for 5k HP. So yeah, it should be good, possibly great depending on the situation. And yeah, and yeah, for all the rabbits, I almost definitely going to add some item that gives them good HP regen buff on top of it with like custom items. So, okay. And since I have done all rabbit pets but one, might as well do the last one, and then do a pack restart to see if I made any mistakes. So Shari is the last one, and I know exactly how to beat this guy. It's a black rabbit, you can definitely go to Dystopia, which is what's the ID? Dystopia 08. Just to get an idea on the aesthetics of it and what to use for drops. And what the HP numbers are for just regular ass mobs. Yeah, it's in the several thousand, so I can easily give it 10k and probably they still need a bit of a buff. Okay. Yeah. Oh, did I ever give it a key to get it? I did. I don't think I did. I did not. Okay, perfect. 5,000. And it does 150 damage. And how much XP does it give? Which 400, okay. This, and we do the final rabbits, which is called Shadi. So, event of ascension gating, entity Shadi. There we go. So, I know exactly how to gate these rabbits. Let's craft this on the yeah. So now it's fully tiered rabbits. What's the name? It's a custom item. I think I have it as an ingredient for the shadow sword, so I can check there. Few shadow bar. Yes, right, dropped by Mercure. No, wait, what's that? Yeah, the Crucibisc. This guy's cool. I thought I gave it a custom drop. Well, I guess not. This one spawns in a dungeon and it is a hunter mob. So I wanted at some point to make it a gating entity, and I guess this can be the time to do it. So I can give it a custom drop and make it the main ingredient for the powerful tablets. Could be an idea, or this one is also a hunter mob, the Mercure. But since this already gives you, yeah, it already gives you drop, so I can, oh wait, what's this called here? Oh, this is Arcsign, yeah, that's another hunter mob in Dystopia. There is a lot of them. Okay. So you already give weapons. So yeah, let's add the Crucibisc to the list of mobs that give you goodies. Okay, back to VS Code. So here we need a few more things. We make a new custom item, which would be Dystopian Eye. I have Dystopia. So we go to custom loot. Oh, I have it already open. Nice. Okay, I'm not touching the Crucibisc loot table yet, so I need to open it up. So open the window. Let me check my loot table directory. Tables, Advent of Ascension, entities, mobs, Dystopia, Crucibisc, there it is. So I can add the custom jobs to it. So here. So this would be AOE 3. And here it is. Mobs. Dystopia. See this, and that's how you spell it. Looks like it, okay. Oh, actually, no, I need to create a pool. Add pool. Here we go. It can be 100% drop. But it gets full twice. I'm okay with that. So this would be risk I with the name of the loot pool. And we can add something to there. The item ID, Eye of Dystopia. Let's do it here. Perfect. Perfect. Nice. So now it means that the mob will drop the Eye of Dystopia, which we can use to make here. Perfect. So, and since it's the final rabbit, I'm going to give it a level here, 25, not too high. But you need to do at least a little bit of pixel harvesting to get it, and you can make it a very, very tanky rabbit. Okay, so realistically, let me think about it, because it's going to be obtained in chapter 7, but I'll probably be okay with it being good in chapter 8 as well. And that's where things get a bit off the rail. Do I want people to bring it into the recursion prison key? Because that's like several 100,000 HP mobs. I mean, I'd be okay with it if I give it a lot of HP. I'm not necessarily opposed to it. Although if it's just tanky, like, I don't know if I would see as much of the appeal just solely because a lot of players realistically already have last stand builds, so having a tank is not as useful. So I would also, to make it appealing, need to give it some damage as well. Those are some considerations as I edit the stats. Get this max out. Just make it very good in general. Could be interesting, could be interesting. I think it's going to be fun to show up to battle against the leaders of the Shire Empire with a horde of rabbits at your back. I think it's funny enough to where I'm inclined to make this guy a little more OP than he needs to be. So 50,000 out, probably good. Because let's say you want a renewable source of them, you do need to set up a hunter mob farm, which is fun. I like that. So you will need kind of a little bit of leveling up with at least 3 skills to make a bunch of these reliably. Not a particularly high level, but still a level, right? Because, oh, it's level 60 creation, level 25, level 25 infusion. Okay. Yeah, I think it's reasonable. So given this, so for sure at least 250 damage. That's kind of baseline, possibly a bit more. Because yeah, you can have multiple of them, but they also recursion prism key, that's really not a lot. It's really not. So I guess, so I either power creep the hell out of it, or I just accept that it's just going to be a chapter 7 pet. And the pets sustain the mythic shells, they don't get into endgame unless you use spells. Which I'm okay with that, yeah. Okay, so just give it 250 damage and it would be a mid-tier, medium-high tier chapter 7 pet. I'm okay with this. Yeah, I think I am. Okay, so now time for tooltip. So you get 50k, which we only do 300 damage, not 150. What did I say it was? 150. Yeah, I'm okay with that. 2 tips, 3 damage, 50 damage. Okay. Let's get to the new Warcraft instance. I'll do a quick check on how much XP it gives. 850, okay. And with this, I think it's time for a restart. I want to check if I did a bunch of, most likely I did a bunch of typos in my scripts. To check them. And in the meantime, if there is anyone in chat that has any questions, since it's gonna take some time to relaunch the pack, feel free to ask away, I guess. If you're not just a lurker. Let's see. Oh. Okay, Pyromaniac asks, when is Enigmatic Blood God Altar getting fixed? I assume you mean the Life Essence hatch. There is not much that I can do there, to be honest, because it seems to be a bug in the mod. I tried to play a little bit with the script. Somebody from Meeplecraft Discord claimed to have used ChatGPT to find a solution that I tried to implement and absolutely did not work. So I'm kind of at a loss. Most likely something on the mod side will need to happen. I will see. I may have a way to do like possibly a custom item that adds LP to your network. so that you don't, like, if you want to go an alternative route that is not a blood altar, you can still do it. Uh, but at the moment, I'm kind of at a loss with respect to how to proceed with that, unfortunately. I know probably not the answer you would hope to get, but there is a lot of open fronts on the great middlecraft polishing endeavor, and some battles I know I can fight, some not as much with the skills I have. Yeah, the gotcha. Pure Paramedical says, I'm at a point where Four of Infinite Wishes keeps getting annoying. Lol, yeah. No, I absolutely get it. Uh, the kind of band-aid solution I went with was that they upgraded Ingot of Infinite Wishes recipes, make it so you don't need to run the orb as often, but it still kind of eats through your LP. Okay, and as I say this, indeed there is a typo which, when caused by mixins, leads to a crash in the pack. So now I need to open up my debug screen. I guess, I mean, in general, this live stream I think is not particularly entertaining, but to add to the list of not entertaining things, now you would get to look at me check our crash reports and see where the issue is. Okay, so I open up the crash reports. This is the latest one. Okay, open the code. Let's see. Entity Plateosaur. Okay, so I did a mistake in one of the mixins there. Let's see. Slap that off. Entity Plateosaur. Okay. What does it say? Register invoke, event bus. Okay. So these are the same variables, just in case. And then I can open up the script to see maybe we just didn't find it because I put in the wrong number. Let me check that. Oh yeah, that's, I think, is the issue. I forgot to change the numbers here. So the mixing injection is not working out. Let's see if there is any more information though. Da, da, da. Item register. Oh, class not found. Oh, did I do a typo in the file name? Entity plot. I'll just copy the file name so that I know the class is correct. Here, there we go. Entity plot. Okay, let's see if that fixes it. Restart pack and see. The joys of debugging mixins. Obscure crash reports and very little information. Okay, let's see. The fact should be showing up soon. Perfect. Okay, and I guess for the lurkers, if there's any other questions, in the meantime, Let's see. I want to say mixing crashes show up at 3 out of 10. At 3 out of 7. So it would be at the next step of the loading bar to see if I made another oopsie or not. Or if I even fixed the oopsie I did. But okay, yeah, I believe it should happen at this stage. Okay, got to 4 out of 7. Let's go. No more typos. At least no more typos that absolutely break the game. That's really a win in my book. And we're almost there. Let's go. For those who may be wondering, assuming it's not just lurkers, I do not have clean room on my development instance because I try to make it as close as possible to kind of the starting player instance. Oh, and we got another startup crash. So I guess a crash at 7 out of 7. Weird. Okay. Okay. What is the problem now? The joys of debugging. It did not generate a log. Wonderful. So I need to go through the actual game log. How exciting. Okay, so I need to go to VS Code. Let's see, what was the last thing the game did that really didn't like? Error loots. Yeah, this should be no problem. Yeah, these are all okay. Yeah, that's no problem. These configs. Universal tweaks. Yeah, I don't see anything that may cause of just a straight up full crash. Huh. In control loaded, okay. Yeah, these errors show up all the time, so it's no problem. Slapper buff seems to have been loaded, okay. This is straight up code, okay. Yeah. This is regular logs. Regular logs. Enchantment control, sure. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, that's also okay. Mixing. Yeah, okay, no issues there. Let's check the craft tweaker logs. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, I know. Okay, yeah, it's a loot tweaker issue. I think I know what I did. Yeah, I removed something that doesn't exist. I need to add an entry here, not remove an entry. There we go. That was the issue. And since loot tables are loaded late, tweaker, Eye of Dystopia, drops 1 twice. Do we need to make it more common? No, I think I'm okay with this. Okay. And yet another restart. Let's go. The exciting world of debugging scripts for a Minecraft mod pack. The purest, only the purest thrills around here. Truly incredibly entertaining content. The highest quality of content. But we need to put full screen. Nice. bum. Doing this without clean feels it's so much worse than it could be. Yes, but since it's the dev instance, as I said earlier, I want to try and mimic as much as possible the experience of the average player that just picks up the puck as is. Because let's be honest, I don't have full stats, but if I had to guess, people using clean room are still a minority. So I want to make sure that things go smooth without the requirement for clean room. Now, I do know that there is a latest version that auto-installs Java 25. I still need to play with it and see how it plays around with firewall and security and all of that, because I know the mod itself does some hacky stuff to be able to install Java. I may play around with it a bit before this update comes out, or I may hold off. It's something that I've considered, like for once the packed versioning crystallizes a bit more, to maybe do a Java 8 version and a Java 25 version on CourseForge. Because I do know that even the auto-install one has some trouble with some operating systems and CPUs. So I don't feel too comfortable shipping Meatballcraft with clean room by default. I'd imagine it would make more sense to have two dev instances, one for adding things and testing, and then another for verifying that it works on Java 8. I already have 3 Meatballcraft instances for different purposes. Adding a fourth one seems a little bit overkill, not gonna lie. To each their own workflow, I guess. My usual way of doing things is to just to restart the pack very rarely. So I would maybe do script work for an hour or two or however long, and only do restarts after that for the sake of debugging, and that's not particularly painful. It's also, I really don't care a lot about having an efficient workflow. This is my hobby. It's kind of an excuse to force myself to have breaks. You know, it's not like I need to min-max throughput for my boss that has expectations about the work I need to make. So there's other things that I would rather min-max than how I employ my time for making a mod pack. But I get it. Like it's a fair question to, you see something that could be smoothed out, but at least I don't care about, like, to me it's not as big a hassle. So I haven't really like even thought about like possibly improving it, because I don't care about it as much as other things. Awesome. Okay, let's go. It launched and no crashes. Heck yeah. Let's see the new pets. And by new, I just mean new stats. Okay, yeah, all the indicators I expected to see. Wait, what the hell? Why recurrent complex? What's going on, recurrent complex? It's Spider Tower. Dimension? Yeah, it should be overboard. Why? No, dimensions resembling the real world surface. Why do you gotta be annoying like that? Ah, so I need to change all of them. I guess good thing I found it. No, okay, I'll do this later. I'll just add it to my to-do list. That's quite annoying. Hello, VecPep617. Hi. You just caught me after refreshing a restart on the pack. In a second, I'm going to check to see if all the changes I've made actually got implemented. And then I'll see if I want to switch to something else or not. Or continue working on Advent of Ascension Labs. Okay. So, anyway, okay. Nice. My screen is showing Meatballcraft, right? Yeah, perfect. So yeah. Oh, I like the tooltips. Let's go. First thing, these are nice. Perfect. And then I can add them to the quest book. Yeah. Personal penalty, target, the shy. Okay, these are the ones I edited so far. Oh, Mecha Skylox as well. I did not add a tooltip for that, so I'll leave it up there. Okay. Other various. Let's see. Which ones are chapter 1? You're chapter 1. Yeah, chapter 1. You are chapter 1. You are rare. Then technically you are chapter 1. Although you're gonna be very hard to get chapter 1 realistically. Okay. Then you're gonna be chapter 2. You are chapter 4. One chapter 3. Chapter 5, if I recall right, yeah. Here, chapter 4, 2. Chapter 6, chapter 7, chapter 9. Okay. So, these two, 1, 2 are good. This would be great. This would be great, although very expensive. Okay, so 2 quests in good, 2 quests in great. Yeah, I don't want to make you taller, so I'll make you wider. So, drag these guys to the left. And reshuffle this a little bit more. This will be reshuffled a little bit. Simulation. Sounds good. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. Alright. So here we got the penguin. Yeah, I'll set the requirements of this. And here we have the bottom tier fabric, which is the value. I think, yeah, for these ones I really want, so let me just get gold coins as well, so I can add all the rewards at once and keep things consistent. Nice. For those who were wondering, yes, editing the quest book is the clicking simulator. It's windows into windows into windows. Nice. Okay. These quests are in. Right. And then the chapter 2, it's only one little dude, which realistically, yeah, it's grouped here. Absolutely not great. Wacky. Okay, Cry asks, was FTB Quest any better or worse? FTB Quest, it's technically less clicking, but you need to alternate between left and right click. So the muscle memory is a bit harder to acquire. So I guess trade-offs there. And then Backpep says, it's clear you've had much experience with the clicking simulator. Yes, indeed. That's what I get after adding about 1,000 quests, give or take. From what I remember, FTB quests check for confusion for quest too often, thus increasing lag. Yeah, that was the reason why the quest loop was moved. Okay, so we got another slab in. Let's take you out so I don't get confused. And so chapter 3, you're a chunky boy. That's actually pretty great. So I have you here and reshuffle some quests. What's inventory book? It's only 1,000. I actually don't know how many there are in total. Mm, let's see. Is there a way to check? Actually, I don't know. Mm, How many tests are going on? Can't check here. Oh, I guess I can count them and do the sum, but yeah, I'm not gonna do it right here and now. Maybe a couple thousand. I don't know. Let's see. 121, 10, 79. So this would be for about 200 combined, 350 combined, 950. Yeah, it's a lot. Okay. Yeah, it's could be more than 2,000 actually. Never mind. It's a lot. Big number. I don't want to think about it. Done. So now we do chapter 4. Supplier is the tank that seizes spike back. So yeah, one is good and one is great. One first for each. Not this here. Spread in the realm of 3,000. Yeah, possibly. And then we spike back. Since you're good, might as well be putting on water now. Since all the other great ones got their rewards. Awesome. Okay, in the live version it's 4,641. Holy shit, okay. That's a big number. That is a big number indeed. Actually, I can do this. Yeah, I appreciate it a bit better. Nice. Then chapter 5. This only, no, we were chapter 6 here, chapter 5. Probably only this here. Yeah. 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 Oh, nice. Nice. These are done. Let's chapter 6, 7, and 9. So, and I think, yeah, I'm going to mark it as great, even though it's because I can just make the spells that buff them marked as great, so it's less ambiguous. Shari. So, and finally, Mecha Skylox. Which, let's be honest, for this amount of HP, yeah, can probably be marked as great. This one I'm more confident about. This, chapter 10 may eventually get some love soon, TM. In terms of exclusive weapons, I'll see. As chapter 10 players getting so neglected through too many goodies for the scrubs in early game. SMH my head. Okay, nice. But these few guys have been added, and I think for now I've had my fair share of mixings. Doing all the ones that I really changed and quested. Okay, and yeah, I think I want to buff its damage even more. But what I think I want to do now is some master spell stuff. Yeah, there's a few more showing up in updates, and I think I'm going to add a few more still. So for this, I don't need this mode. I think I can go into the split window mode. So like this, like this. Let's see if it set it up correctly in OBS. Looks like I did. Yes. Just checking the stream with a bit of delay. Okay. Noise. So, what I can do, new... Do I want to still use... oh, typo, just noticed one, might as well fix it. E-master spell. Okay. This Bestia is a little bit neglected. Because that's the one that buffs your wolves. Spoilers. Prices, thanks to Nerdy, thanks to Nerdy, thanks to Nerdy. Lol. Okay, intuitive. Oh yeah, yeah. I assume, yeah. Tooltips 3. It's a lot of nerdy spider. Thank you. So this one is the one that gives the dire wolf. Although, no, I don't think I want to go with this one. Let's do a new master spell. Let's see. It's called this compensate. Okay. Which ones still don't have uses? Okay, Motus. That's really, oh yeah, that's the one that uses speed. Instrumentum doesn't make one sense. Chilling, or among these use Beatrice doesn't quite make sense. Spiritus could be a useful one. Prometheus already have. Prometheus already have. Oh, Premunio would also make sense, but I already gave one. Victus. Oh yeah, it's. I think it will. Yeah, Victus is the one that gives you the heart canister. The whatever, the Twilight Forest heart. Blanking on the name. Wait, which one is the sword one? That one, I guess, could make sense. Versio. Oh, I already gave it. Okay, not a Versio. So possibly Spiritus. Possibly. Oh yeah, Alchemy already added its one of the new ones. Premunio would have made sense, but I already gave it. Exitium doesn't make really a lot of sense. Destruction damage. Maybe. Oh, Vinculum. I think I already have a Master Spell Vinculum, but that could be a good one. Let me see. Vinculum, indeed, there is already a Master Spell. Okay. Oh yeah, Binding, since it's all your pets, that would have made a lot of sense, actually. Or we could go like the obscure route. What would be a Pokemon reference in a Master Spell? It's like technically, what is it? Kylus would be creation, right? In terms of style, well, god, sort of. Oh, Precantatio, maybe? Would be a bit of a stretch. Yeah, Versio would have been the best one, but alas. Aliens, already at the Master Spell. Vacuous same, Potentia same. Morgana. Yeah, I think Spiritus. I think I'm okay with Spiritus. Where is it? Yeah, let's do this guy. Okay, and the idea I have is to just, since there are a lot of pets, possibly do a custom trader that has a bunch of trades that are unlocked depending on different progression points. The question is, do I want it to be automatable or not? Like I could make it a villager. Ooh, wait, I never checked if I can give wizards custom traits. Let me check real quick. Because that could be fun. Because those cannot be automated, it's like a cool aesthetic. Let's go to spawn. Go to my nice little place for testing. Increase the universal variant can tell me what aspects of its NDT are editable. Never mind. Which, if I recall the mob capturing tool, one of them had a nice way to show NDT. Oh no, wait, I can just do this. Okay, perfect. So list 0, let's see. Are trades embedded somewhere? Or are they hard-coded? Oh, okay. I can give it a custom NBT with trades. Nice. I like that. I like that. So it's not automatable, and it can be made a bit special for the sake of the master spell. Let's see. Okay. Master spell script. And for this one, I may need to do some testing using command blocks as well. Actually, it's possible it may just follow the same structure as villagers from what I'm seeing. Spiritus. Okay. And then it just needs to call a summon command. Let's see. Just to double check. Because if it's as simple as because we have one already that summons villagers here, so I can start from this. I just need to remove some things and test it in a command block. Just see the commands faction. Okay. I just need to remove all of the string formatting elements so that it's a real command and I can paste it into a command block and see. Get it out. Command block. And this. Let's see. Yes. Now I can change you. Let's just see. Daily wizardry wizard. If that's enough. Because that would make things very easy. Nope. Well, it is not. Okay. So I need to check what its actual entity. Oh wait, typo. That's why. Double check. Oh, okay. Never mind. Okay. It spawns it, and I guess that's what a naked lizard looks like. That's pretty funny. This really looks like an NPC. Just, if I'd known this earlier. Okay, so what is the NBT format? Look for it. Okay, recipes. Wait, does it have offers? Oh no, it's trades. Okay. Here, here. Instead of offers is trades. Then it's recipes. Then it's buy and sell. Okay, let's see if that's enough. Yes, nice. Okay. It does low. Hell yeah. Okay. So now I just take this command and actually make it into a command that's called by the custom item. Yeah, here. And then we just add in the custom trades. So how do we call it? Spiritual animal lover. No. Spirit of husbandry. All this stuff needs to be formatted. So quotation marks actually get read. Okay, so and how were they marked? Okay, for this I may want to go full screen on VS Code. So let's do it, yeah, because it's easier to see the formats. Nice. So what we make now is a few custom items, and then we have the functions later. So put this here. Okay. So for sure, some stuff to buff the rabbits. Some upgrades to rabbit food. Meats. Okay, so it has two input slots. So I can do, okay, let's do something like this. Let's do the same tiers as the fluids for the mythic miners. So that leaves 3 tiers. So these would be essentially items that you can use to buff your rabbit pets. But 3 of them is not that many. Okay. If anybody can think of like just adjectives or appellatives that can be divided into like 4 or 5 different tiers, if you can think of any, let me know. Yeah, mythic, recursive, and fractalite is too few with the stuff I want to do. Or is it? Usually if I get to this point, I would just just do a bit of Googling about, I don't know, rabbits in mythology. Let's see. And yeah, you cannot see my Google, but I'd rather not, just in case stuff shows up. Mhm. Okay, let's see, what are some myths that include rabbits? Enchanted, magical, mythical, recursive, fractal life. Yeah, that could be. Let's see if mythology gives some inspiration. So there is the moon rabbits from East Asian folklore. There is the Aztec sacrifice where they would throw live rabbits into blazing fire. Not much there. The hare's Jataka tale from Buddhist folklore. Or, oh, another rabbit that is thrown into a roaring fire. Starting to see some trends in mythology. Okay, the Corona, the Easter Bunny. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I could go for like mythological rabbit names. I like that. What would be the moon rabbit's name? Chuchi. Yeah, I like that. That's cute. So just find Chuchi's. It's is this Petrus? No, she. Then was the other mythological rabbits. Nanabozo. Okay. Lowercase. Then there is Venets, Egyptian mythology. What's the name of the Celtic? It's, the Celtic shape-shifting guides. Okay, okay. One, two, three, four. Let's see. One that makes the early game rabbits better. It couple for chapter 4, chapter 6, let's see, and then one to make them work for the late game bosses. That could be something. Yeah. Let's go with that for now. And let's see. Okay. So we buy two things. So we take the brackets. Found one for everything. And two inputs. I think that's how it should work. Everything. The first input is the rabbit foot. This, and then we will have different items. For now, I think I can get back to split screen. Because I need to broadcast open as well. Okay, nice. Let me see. Okay, what is a rabbit themed thing that's available right away in the path? Ooh, rabbit nugget, that would be fine. Good excuse to do master spell, to do Thaumcraft early. Yeah, the early game buff is not gonna be as powerful, so it can probably be cheap. Mhm. So metadata also increases the file size, but I guess I'm okay with that. Oh, I went the wrong view, sorry. MBC plus VS Code, there we go. Now it should be fixed on stream, you can see both. Oh, it's one other star. So that then I can just use the other stars for tier. Simple enough. And it says here machine. Apology for all the mispronunciations of languages I do not know. Sorry about that. Okay. Probably I don't need because you are not a villager. Okay. So now, what are the square brackets I need to copy? What more trades? These ones. Cell. Okay, I need to actually separate it out. Otherwise, I have no syntax information. Too many nested NBT brackets. And back to full screen VS Code. So the yellow brackets. Okay, so just need to let me create Okay, so now I will use an Eden Star. The other fruits. Catholic in Slovakia. Galicia, I don't know its English pronunciation or but lots. It's and here we will be more to this should be the right format. Now we can add a few more things to make this wizard a bit more interesting. So technically it's a spirit, so I think I want to give it the combo I've done a few other times to make the mob invisible and give it the spectre effects. Let me check a script where I actually do that. No, where is it? Yeah, there we go. These guys. Then I just need to get the right IDs. Effects. Yeah. It should be the right bracketing. And you should be here. Open that up on Trollcraft. No, how do we check the ID? How did I do this in the past? No. Oh, ID 14, yeah, that's how I got it. Okay. The commands. And then we spectral. Oh, global. It's the one. And it's ID 24, okay. 24. 0 for a long time, perfect. So now it kind of looks spirity and ghostly and whatnot. It has these trades. So, okay, so these are the ones for the bandits. Good with that. And I think I want to give one for the Mecha Skellogs as well to make it absolutely overpowered. So this one, let's see. We use what? An Infinity Catalyst? Or something from Gallifrey. That could be. No, because I ideally. Yeah, it can be beginner Gallifrey stuff. I'm okay with that. Let me think a little bit. What's something that you get in Gallifrey right off the bat? Oh, there's the bee that spawns in there, the warrior bee. Yeah, that could make sense. Yeah, yeah, I like that. So here it is, Chambersty Honeycomb 14022. Okay. For metadata, it's damage. That's the MBT format there. I think I used it somewhere else. This is on attack damage. Okay, give me a quick second. Checking evil. Some of the Gallifreyan Stone Wars. Yeah, that's another possibility. Like some divine Faldor or something. Let me check what the summon command generator website says for metadata in 112. Okay. No. Oh, wait, I know where I've done this already. I can double check the script for the new, because I already had to debug that for the new Lumberbee API upgrade. Let's the NVT format there. Okay, there we go. Damage. Oh yeah, because it's there we go. So that would be for the metadata here. Damage 20, 022, right? That would be the warrior comb. Okay. So that's drop number 1. Trade number 1, trade number 2. I like the idea, yeah, from one of the divine stones. Divine wars. Okay, what's a good one that would make sense for a mechanical skeleton? Celestial, Digit, Untamed. Yeah, I like that. Okay, Contemplator, Jungle, Divine, or it's and this you can call it trades to gear of worthiness. Yeah. Since you know Gallifrey worthiness that was connection. Okay, nice. So in theory now I should be able to. Let me just double check if the command actually executes in a command block or not. Although the trades are gonna be messed up because those items don't exist yet. Because I need to restart the pack. Okay, it has the thing. Okay, so the rapid food should show up, so I may have made a typo there. Rabbit Minecraft rabbits. Oh, you're not seeing it in game. Okay, sorry, there we go. Okay, guys. Get someone that has the right effects. It does not have the trade in there. So what is wrong with rabbit foot? Minecraft rabbit foot. Minecraft rabbit foot. That looks correct. So maybe the format for the buy is wrong. Let's see what the command block says. No, object successfully summoned. It doesn't save the NBTS problems. Okay. See the NBTS scanned earlier. If it shows something that uses 2 items instead of 1. Oh, by B, okay. So the NBT is different. There's by and by B. Okay, okay. So that was a mistake on my end. So here I need to use a different format. All right. Good to know. No square brackets, no variable. I need to get rid of you. Instead, I have fully copy you is by B. Right. And then so this would be member start. And then starter. This industry. What is a particular metadata? And what the metadata file here? 14.0.32. Try again. Open Littlecraft. Control V. Yay, okay, it works. Nice. Perfect. And yeah, the output items are not there, but I can add them to the master spell. Heck yeah. Yes. So clean up the formatting. This now needs to be just one massively long line. It makes absolutely no sense. Just, you know, a medium-sized command, nothing too crazy. And then, as I add a few more pets that can be buffed, I'll probably add them to the traits of this guy. Okay, so now you get called inside of here, and I format all the quotation marks. This absolute monster of a command. Okay, nice. So with this, I can add the recipe for it. So modular infusion. Right. And actually for this, it's easier for me to grab MBS code together. Let's do that. 7, 6. And we set Spiritus. So the date in here would be an enemy that has some sort of add mechanic. Maybe the Urgast, maybe. What's a mob that has allies that are summoned through the fights? I mean, technically the Naga, but that's through custom mechanics. The Tarantula. Oh, this guy, the Kyrobarb. Is it used in any master spell? No, yeah, that could be cool. Finally have a use for doing that random callstone. Ominoshun, let's see. That would be the axe. Right, let's see. Diamond Mine Minotaur axe. Okay, you do the super enchant. Yeah, that's also a good one. Yeah, let's do this one. Okay, what if first axe? Okay. Okay, Master Spell Spiritus, hell yeah. Okay. So now we actually give these items the ability to buff our ads. So I can probably copy the investiture of the lanes script and start from there and then modify things. Custom clicker something? Yeah, custom clicker lanes. Clicker rabbits 1. Okay, so we have, so this would be the one that's crafted with nether stars. And, okay, so it's available in chapter 2, and what are rabbits that are available in chapter 2? Waggy and Draggy. Right, yeah. Waggy. Actually, I kind of want to change the recipe for Waggy just to be actually really. Let me do this so that I know the script has not been edited. So let's send the notification. And let's get Advent of Ascension Gating. Here we go. And change this tablet as well. Gating here. So this will be Python slide. Python slide. And instead of a rule of water, something that cannot be cheesed in chapter 1. So, something that is clearly chapter 2 pure flukes. It's the color of the rabbits. Blue. That will work. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I don't just this new material 12. So with this, let's get back to the weak item. Here, okay. So instead, so the item would be cheese fruit, sushi. Here. This is fruits. In theory, all the null pointers should be really good. But now we have all the various rabbits. So it would be okay, 3. Bottom tier rabbit is kind of draggy. Then we have the Waggy. Then we have Spaggy. Then we have Craggy. Okay, so here I need to add more statements. Yes, I could do a more elaborate war, but this is easy and tileable, so a bunch of if statements it is. And it's less confusing, at least to me. So you're Craggy. And then there should be Shy. Yeah. this. Okay, so it will return if it's not any of the rabbits that have been clicked, and then I can give it the specific properties. So this I don't do. Entity data, entity in this range. Oh, I think I know why. Okay, there was somebody that found a bug with what's it called? The investiture of the lanes. With custom clicker lanes, yeah. I need to. They probably had the Astral Sorcery perk for higher reach distance, and if you click it from more than 10 blocks, it does not get applied. So let's do 15 here. Okay. Wait, is this how we do it for the big boy? Entity data, yeah. Okay. Oh, I see. This. Because the entity formatting in commands is bugged in 1.12 and the vanilla 1.12 team never bothered to fix it. Okay. That's why I had to do this, okay. Right. Because you should be able to go for a more elaborate way, more like pinpointed way to apply the buff, but not here. Okay. So instead, so for the first ones, yeah, I give them an effect. The first one, maybe a little bit of resistance, maybe a little bit of strength. Yeah, strength. Let's see. Let's do some tests. End. It's 0.5. Okay. So slash effects. Strength. Other way around, okay. It's 3000 seconds. Strength 5. Okay. So it multiplies it by 20. Let's see if it's still the case. Sword. Here. Okay, so this would be 3. Well, this one is times 4 with a weapon. Okay. Oh, so it's probably additive. So with an empty end, it would be 9. So 5 is about 9 damage. I think it is strength 10 and it's still okay. Let's see. Let's see, what's something that does 10 base damage, so that I can do a more fair comparison. Guiding sword. 10 goes to 20. Yeah, I can make it higher than that. 15. Okay, 13. That's a pretty big number. Yeah, let's do for the first one, yeah, strength 30 for starters. So here will be effects at the radius of 5. I don't need to add it any NBT, at least at this point. Instead, strength, alright, that's the formats. Yeah, for I can make it a very long time. What's the maximum here? Yeah, go longer. Good. Okay. Strength 15. Awesome. So this is the first buff. Well, do we give them some resistance as well? No. Right. For this one, I may want to look up the vanilla map. I don't think I changed resistance in any way. Oh, okay. Oh, this is the one that's okay. That makes you actually immune. So I may, yeah, this one, that one shows up later. Okay, so the moment is just a bit of strength for your rabbits. Okay, nice. Then the second tier. And my throat is starting to get a bit sore with all the talking, so I'll probably wrap it up after I'm done with implementing these scripts. So, second tier, for sure it still gives strength. Maybe a bit higher, let's see. What's the base damage for the chapter 4 rabbits? Oh, it's in chapter 5, so okay. So what's the base damage here? 50. What's this what that is? 50 damage. Yeah, I'll do 55 for reference, just to get an idea. Seven. Okay, so it doubles its more or less. Yep, yep. So the strength can probably be the same. Because the objective with these rabbits is to make them tanky anyway. At least until the final tier. Yeah, yeah. But in this case, then we give it also a little bit of resistance. Just make sure I spell resistance right. That's a hard word for me to say in English, I don't know why. Resistance 1. For a long time. Yay. What? Why not? And possibly give it some Twilight Forest shields already. Yeah. Let's say you want to take it to Pixonia. Yeah, they're gonna get one shotter. Let's say you bring them with Avatar of the Meatball Man. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, they're not gonna be that powerful against custom bosses, and Chapter 5 is kind of where you start seeing the custom bosses that hit very hard. So I either make the other slabs I haven't implemented yet more powerful there, and then make the rabbit scaled much later, or they're just gonna be crap. These two, although yeah, it's not gonna matter against the mobs that show up there. So I either give them shields already, or they're gonna be completely useless. Do I care about making them more powerful? Yeah, kinda. Well, okay, I guess it's the actual unlocked here is Chapter 4. So you can use it to buff the earlier rabbits and fight more normal bosses there. Yeah, I'm okay with this, at least for tier 2. So then I need to actually change the item. That also. Awesome. Okay. Then rabbit 3. This is the chapter 6 one, and here we definitely want shields. Anyway, let's so how much damage do we do? 150. So this will be the comparable damage. Sure. Really. Okay. Nothing. 1.6. Oh, it's additive. Okay, strength here is additive. So I can go quite high. 50. Yeah, okay. Resistance 4. And some Twilight Forest shields. So this is the elite one. I already have the command there. Level 3. So I take it, I use 5. To give it a custom name, I don't care about that. Then I give it 50 shields. Not officially pass, because you're not gonna be right clicked for other events anyway. And then the final tier, this one can go a little crazy. Four items, okay, so this damage for Shabby is 250, okay. So realistically, what's 255? Maximum strength. What do you do? Okay, more or less quadruplates, which yeah sounds about right. Resistance. I think it also scares linearly actually because universal tweaks may change that. But you know what? I don't want to mess with it too much. I could just give it a bunch of shields. 100. Okay. Sounds good. Actually, for the 3, I'm gonna add less. 50 hits is really not a lot. Because they, like, if it's a custom boss fight, you're gonna get one shot after that anyway. So it's like 4 times the HP. You get the first, like in the Corrosion Prison Key, 200 hits are still. I'll start with that and see how I feel about it. Okay, and then I have the Mecha Skellox one that just gives it shield and a bit more damage. Here we go. So now the item is the Gear of Wardiness. Yeah. It's only one mob that it does apply to. Which is the Mecha Skellox. Gives it maximum strength. I mean, I could do it to a Forge Cap here instead, where I actively edit its maximum damage instead, but I still don't know what its maximum damage is going to be, so I just make it tankier, because that was the problem in the tests. Ideally, I would want you to at least try to bring it into the Lost Cities to see how it feels. So I'm probably okay with this. Let's see how it goes. Okay, how do I remind myself to casting this stuff? New and period. So bandits and okay. Awesome. And with that, I am not going to put you through another debugging session. I think I am just going to wrap up the stream here. So yeah, thank you very much to everyone who has tuned in. And thank you for the suggestions and questions during the stream. Thank you, everybody, and see you. Bye-bye.